What up, y'all? It's your boy Dawson from D&D TV. Thanks for rating, commenting, and subscribing. Everybody who's donated, those who will, we appreciate it. And also to all of you all who sent birthday shout outs to me on Facebook. I appreciate it. Life is good, and I hope y'all doing good as well. Look here. I got to get into this story because one of my subscribers hit me up on Facebook and she sent me a message and she said, please, could you do a YouTube video on this? Because this young man who is accused of killing his wife was on one of your YouTube videos. And that YouTube video I did was this video here. You all, I'm sure some of you seen it. It's ex-gay false prophet body slams church member, and it talks about Kundalini spirit in the church. And that prophet who I was talking about in that video was Prophet Jeremiah Dean. And if you watch that video at the 12-minute, 12-second mark, there was Jeremiah Dean along with another pastor and another elder in the church. And that elder right here is none other than this man, Robert L. Harris. Now, when I do my videos, people ask me, do you pray? Do you do this? Do you do this? How could you say stuff about the church and all this? I told y'all think just because people don't go to church, they don't have a relationship with God and they don't know stuff. But let's get into this story. I'm going to show y'all something here. This man right here on the right, an elder out in Kansas City church, is charged with killing his wife, who was an associate pastor. Kansas authorities on Wednesday charged 30-year-old Robert Lee Harris Jr., that's this man here on the right with this fake prophet, Jeremiah Dean. See, why I gotta lie. Charged him with first-degree murder in the death of his wife of 18 months. This lady right here, 38-year-old Tanisha Harris. Police officers say on Monday they responded to the couple's overland apartment in Kansas to a domestic disturbance and returned when Harris reported that his wife was missing. Her body was later found in Raymore, Missouri. Harris is being held on a $1 million bond and scheduled to appear in court on Thursday. It is not clear if he has an attorney. People ask me all the time, Dawson, why do you say what you say? Why do you do what you do? You should do something else. I'm going to tell y'all at the end. This is my YouTube channel. I know what I'm saying is true. And I know that I pray before I do my videos. And I know it's helping people by the number of emails I get, messages on Facebook I get, and the comments I get, and people wanting to tell their stories on this show. I'm going to let y'all watch this news clip right here. And I will be back with the rest of my commentary on this situation.
Local church is devastated after one of their workers is killed, and police say the suspect is her husband.
The church told us he also worked there. 41 Action News reporter Andres Gutierrez live at the church tonight with more. Andres.
Mike, we've learned the suspect, Robert Harris, and the victim, his wife, Tanisha Harris, first met here at this church where they did work together. Tonight, members of this church are still struggling to come with grips with what's happened so far.
This loss is profound and utterly indescribable.
Pastor Carlton Funderburk is today working to comfort his congregation at Preparers, Kansas City, as they mourn the death of 38-year-old Tanisha Harris. Police discovered her body overnight in this Raymore field, miles away from her home in Overland Park.
There's no way to even wrap one's mind around that, to even see that that would be in the realm of the possible. It doesn't seem real. It seems like a very bad nightmare.
Police tell 41 Action News officers initially went to Harris's apartment Monday afternoon after her husband called to report a disturbance. He was home alone at the time. Hours later, the husband once again called police, this time to report Harris missing. Officers say they became suspicious of the 30-year-old man after their interview. During further questioning, he admitted to police he had a role in his wife's disappearance.
To hear the news of this and there to be any allegation that he's involved makes the blow even all the more deep.
Funderburk recalls how Harris met the man she would eventually marry in July 2016.
They begin to correspond and begin to have conversation, and the embers of romance begin to bud, and so they had a long-distance relationship for quite some time. He relocated here primarily for her.
The newlyweds worked at the church where Harris was a minister and administrative assistant while he served as a church elder.
There was literally no sign that would indicate that there was any trouble.
And now at 7 o'clock tonight, the church plans to remember Tanisha Harris during their Bible study. Reporting live in South Kansas City, Andres Gutierrez, 41 Action News.
All right, y'all. Now let's go in. You heard Pastor Funderburk, who was their pastor, and he said there was literally no sign to indicate that there was any disturbance or any trouble that was going on in their relationship. Let me tell you, that's why you need to have a discernment of spirit. That's why we need to go deep in relationships and talk to people and just forget about this. Hey, how you doing, bro? How you doing, sis? Oh, praise the Lord. All this kind of stuff. Everything good. I'm blessed and highly favored. You need to grab people by the hand and say, no, look them in their eye. What's really going on? You really okay? And see, since all of us, and I got some of y'all comments on the last video I did about the pastor who died in Texas, and I was telling y'all we need to go deep in our friendships. We need to go deep in our relationships with people who we are married to. And people were saying, everybody's just concerned with self. People really don't want to talk. People ask you how you doing, but nobody really don't care how you doing. And that's a problem if you got friends. That's the problem if you're socializing with people all the time and you can't pull them to the side and say, yo, is everything really okay? And it is really sad. As I tell the women all the time, many of y'all, just like Tanisha Harris, are in these churches and you're waiting for your Boaz and you're waiting for this and you're waiting for that. And they done told you that God finna send you a good man. But you just don't marry the first man that comes down the pike. You just don't marry the first man who looks the image of what you think your Boaz is or the man you want is. You have to do your research, and that goes for men too. Come on, not only in churches, with anything in open society, we got to do our research. And it is so sad that this man right here is accused, Robert L. Harris Jr., killing his wife. And I'm looking at his Facebook. Y'all know I'm gonna look at the Facebook because I'm getting a sense of how these people were. All these posts about church. Got pictures and stuff, people laying their hands on him and praying for him and all this stuff that people were doing in the church. Nobody could discern that this man was going through something like this, that he would kill this girl. Nobody could discern that. Nobody in the church. I don't care how they look. I don't care that they're on the pulpit. I don't care that they got a title. I don't care that he's sitting here with Cheryl Brady, this other pastor right here taking pictures. I don't care about nonsense like that. Care you got a master's degree or a doctorate degree or a bachelor's degree or whatever, a divinity degree. People going through, a degree don't make you. What celebrity or famous pastor you get around don't make you who you are. Getting up speaking in front of millions of people. Talking on YouTube, talking on Facebook, all your Facebook lives and stuff. Oh, I got 13,000 people watching me, but do you know who you are? I told y'all all these views on YouTube don't mean nothing to me if I don't know who I am. I love your thumbs up. I love your comments. But if I don't give my own self likes, if I can't give my own self compliments, your comments don't mean nothing to me. And we're walking around here with people who have narcissistic behavior in churches. It's not about God. It's about you. Promotion here, promo here, promo here. And you can't even control yourself. One of the fruits of the Spirit is self-control. And y'all want to come over here and tell Dawson I need not to talk on these issues when all the time in the church, as I said in the last video on that James Hall thing, who getting hurt? Women. Women can't preach. They can't do this. They have to sit there. They get killed. They get beat. They get ran over. They get cheated on. They left with diseases. They left to take care of the children. And y'all want me to close my mouth? I've seen this too much as a social worker. This girl, Tanisha Harris, had a daughter that was not by this man here. She had a daughter before they got married. Her daughter has to live without her mother. Her daughter has to know that her mother was killed by a man of so-called an elder in the church, a man of God. And it's not just people in the church. Come on, y'all. Let's not act like that. Y'all know it's not. But I'm tired of the hypocrisy. I'm tired of the secrecy. I'm tired of the abuse that goes on. And women and men, if you're under the sound of my voice, if you're in a verbal or abusive relationship, the same way you got in that relationship is the same way you're going to get out. You walked yourself in there, you can walk yourself out. You don't fall in love, you walk in love, and you walked in there and you can walk out. This is sad. And the sad thing about this is then with him on that video I did, he's standing there with so-called the prophet and his pastor. Jeremiah Dean right here on the left, his pastor, Pastor Funderburk, right here in the middle, and the elders here on the end. Why? The prophet couldn't see this coming. The pastor didn't see this coming. But y'all standing here taking selfies. And I told y'all women, be weary of these men who always jumping in front of the camera doing a selfie. Y'all know I feel comfortable doing videos like this. If I'm ever on camera, it's because Denise want to be on camera. Denise is social media queen. I'd rather be behind doing what I'm doing now. Be weary of all these, you in them, here's a selfie. You going to play football. Here's a, come on, man. What the, bro, come on. A selfie every 5 minutes? And I told y'all this. And I wish somebody would have told Tanisha Harris, quit marrying these men who got a struggle. It is not your responsibility to help him with his struggle. I don't care what the first lady say. I don't care what the pastor say or your prayer partner say or the people in the church or your family members say. Tell them to go marry him. Tell them to go live with him. Because they can say all this stuff. And the Lord told me, and I had a dream. You ain't have no dream. You just ate too much potato salad and it started messing with your stomach and got to your head. That's what that mess was. You better learn how to talk back to people. Don't let them come give you all this hocus pocus mess and your life is ruined. You're around here somewhere dead. You're around here somewhere with a disease. You're around here somewhere beaten and abused. And people down here, they looking at you, you in a casket. They looking at you, you down and out, lost your house behind this man who had a gambling problem or whatever he had, or some woman. I'm done with this. Like I say again, y'all take care of yourself and each other. You are your own first line of defense. Rest in peace, Tanisha Harris. My prayers go out to her and her family and her daughter in the church. Be good.